Hey everybody, it's Angie and welcome to Hot and Flashy, and welcome back to another installment of the ongoing saga that I'm calling Foundation Friday for over 50s, in which I am searching for the Holy Grail foundation for mature skin. I know that what's going to be Holy Grail for me may not necessarily be Holy Grail for you, but I know that a lot of people my age have the same skin issues, so I'm looking for something that works well over skin that is less than perfect. I have tried two things already, neither of which achieved Holy Grail status, and if you are interested in those videos, I will post the links to all the videos in this series in the information box below the video. Okay, so in the hot seat today is Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum Foundation. And for this one, I had a little sample. This is not sold here in the US, but my good friend Nisha over at Sugar Puff and Fluff sent me this sample in a care package she sent me earlier in the year. The Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum Foundation retails for around $13 for a 1 ounce tube, and it comes in 6 different shades. The color is number 53 Light Beige. I've used up most of it, but I managed to squeeze out a little bit to swatch it for you. This is a sheer coverage gel foundation that is supposed to leave a semi-matte finish. It's fresh and instant blending gel texture, glides onto the skin for an even natural finish with no mask effect. Imperfections are erased, which I always love to hear, but I always find is never the truth. Signs of fatigue are smoothed, and the skin's radiance is boosted for up to 16 hours. It's made from an instant anti-fatigue vitamin-rich fruit therapy formula that contains lychee, goji berries, and pomegranates. Now, this is a basic water and silicone-based serum foundation. It didn't seem particularly gel-like to me. It also contains vitamin E, and it contains a lot of fragrance. Yeah, it's a little fruity, a little flowery. When I first put it on, I did not like the scent at all, and I could smell it for a good 5 to 10 minutes afterwards. It seems like it's dissipated now, but it's definitely a strong fragrance. If you're not into fragrance like me, it might be a deal breaker for you. What it also contains is denatured alcohol. It's about halfway down on the ingredients list, so it's not way up there where it's really going to, dry out your skin tremendously. But it is in there if you're trying to avoid alcohol altogether. You should be aware of that. And this does not contain any sunscreen, and that's fine because I wear sunscreen under everything anyway. I applied this today and yesterday. I wore it, and I tried 2 different methods, and I am completely out of the sample now. There will be no more testing on this one. For the application, the first time I tried to put it on with my fingers, that left a little bit of a smeary result, so I went ahead with my flat top kabuki brush. The one that I like to use is my Beauty Junkees flat top kabuki brush. This works great with serum foundations. So where it was just a little smeary, I just went ahead and blended it out with this. So let me bring in that video of me applying it. Right, aside from the color being a little bit too light, I think this looks really good right out of the package. As you saw, I probably had a little bit too much that I smeared around, but even so, it didn't make a mess. Applying it with just the fingers and kind of wiping it on at that large quantity like I did, it was a little streaky, but then I went in with the brush and just, basically blended it all out, and it is very nice looking right out of the tube. It's not matte, it's not shiny and luminous. It has a little bit of light reflection, but not too much. I think, a little powder under the eyes would definitely help there. But other than that, I think it's good. Let's do the close-ups and check it out, and then I'll come back with the blush and bronzer, and we'll see how it goes. It's the 5-hour check-in with the Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum Foundation. You know, on video it looks fine, but in real life, not so good. It has, like most things, become increasingly shiny. It's settled into my pores, making a polka dotty thing, and it's starting to wear off. So let's do the close-up. Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum after 11 hours. It doesn't look great, but it doesn't look awful either. Like sometimes some foundations, they wear off and they just look awful. It's not overly shiny. It's still fairly pigmented in, you know, most areas. The biggest problem is that it's giving me the white polka dot pores right here. Otherwise, for 11 hours, it's not, you know, it's not bad. It's not fabulous. It's not what I hope for, but it's not the worst thing I've had on my face either. So, show you the spotty pores, and then we'll put this one to bed. So based on that, I thought, well, maybe if I just use a primer, it will work better. So today I applied a primer that was the Tarte Clean Slate Timeless Smoothing Primer. So I put that on just on my cheeks, my nose, my forehead, and my chin, where I tend to be ripply and pory, and hoping that that would make it better. And then I applied using the damp blending sponge. So let me bring in the video and we can see how that went. I'm going to start off by just dotting this around my face. And then this is a slightly damp blending sponge. I wet it with warm water until it doubles in size about, and then I squeeze it out really good, and then I squeeze it again with a paper towel to get most of the water out. That first coat gives very sheer coverage, and if I wanted to just use this much, it would definitely need some concealer. If I was going for a really sheer, just evening out the skin tone look, but I'm not really loving how it's looking right now, so let me go ahead and put on a little more. I think I liked it a lot better yesterday when I applied it with my fingers and the brush, and today I'm not loving it so much. It's a little broken up on the surface. It's very, very sheer. It needs some concealer and things. So on close-up inspection, it is settling into my forehead wrinkles already, and I am getting a little bit of polka dotty effect in the pores. Alright, I'm back with all the other makeup on. It seems to have fixed it up to the point where I feel okay going out in public. Again, from this video distance, I think it looks fine. But up close, I'm really hating it, so I feel like I'm very textury, I'm very, you know, like ripply and pory looking. Hi there, I'm back for the 5-hour check-in. Alright, you know, there's something about this Bourjois stuff. I know I was so like gloom and doom about it earlier, but it has a certain something. I don't know what it is. It gets better as the day goes on. I know I feel like I'm like going back and forth and waffling and contradicting myself, but what can I say? Yes, it has gotten a little bit shinier as I thought it might as the day progressed. At 5 hours today with the primer, the wear is definitely better than without the primer. So that primer definitely helps with the wear. And you know, where it had settled in my wrinkles, it's still in my wrinkle. Where it is not doing great things for my pores, it's still in my pores. Where it's not doing great things for the surface texture of my skin, it's still not doing great things for the surface texture. So it's always a trade-off. I want something to make my skin look better up close. Have I found it? No. Have I looked far and wide? Yes. Maybe there isn't anything that makes your skin look better up close. So maybe I should just concentrate on things that make your skin look better from a distance when people are just like glancing at you. I don't know. I feel like I'm rambling now. All right, so I'll be going now and I will be back in another 5 hours or so to check in and see how it's going again. All right, I am back for the 12-hour check-in. I don't think I'm going to make it till 16 hours to see if this is 16-hour radiant, but I can tell you it is 12-hour radiant. I think that's like a pretty tricky way, instead of saying that you're going to get 16 hours of wear out of it, that you're actually going to get 16 hours of the glow. I'm not going to call it the shine because it's not really a hard shine. It actually gives kind of a nice soft glow that I don't actually mind that much. It seemed like the shine was more hard shine in the morning when I first put it on, and it's turned into more of a soft glow as the day has worn on. And you know, I don't think it's the worst thing. I think I said that before, that I've ever had on. I don't think it's the best either. It's all right. At 12 hours it is fairly worn off in lots of places, the usual places, nose, chin, excuse me, and it's a little bit drying like around the edges of my mouth and chin and things, places like that I'm surprised. But you know, other than that, it's all right. It's not completely deteriorated, but it still has the same problems that it did before. They haven't magically gone away. It's not a total wash, but if I wanted my face to look perfect all day, this would not be the product that I would choose to achieve that. Alright, so as you can see, I'm not loving it today. I liked it much better yesterday, and as a matter of fact, yesterday I even got a compliment. So, you know, the coverage, it's nice if you're in for a very minimal coverage day because it doesn't cover much. And so if you want a nice natural look, it's good for that. For the finish, you know, it is a little more radiant, and where it's 16 hours radiant, I feel like once it kind of starts wearing off, it just kind of leaves this little bit of sparkles on the face, and that's what makes the radiance last for 16 hours. So I felt like I was kind of coated in little sparkly bits. And it doesn't really feel like dry and set. So that's kind of a bummer. So I'm pretty sure that when I do the phone test, hey, why don't I do it now? Nice, clean, shiny screen. So where the pores and the wrinkles are concerned, it definitely settled in my wrinkles up here. And I did not like that. That was right away using the sponge, and anything that settles in my wrinkles I don't like. And of course, the pores looked fine, but as it settles into them during the day, you end up with that polka dotty effect. So let's see, how did the phone test go? Actually, pretty good, not bad. So I'd say that that passes the phone test. And then the last test that I put these through is the flash photography. So let me go ahead and bring in the flash picture. So the takeaway on the Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum Foundation is that the better way to apply it is definitely with a flat top kabuki that gives you less of a shiny finish, and you know, that it's a reasonably priced, certainly sheer coverage, lightweight foundation that can look good for a few hours, but I won't be purchasing it because after a few hours it does start to wear off, it does settle into my pores, and it did become increasingly shiny throughout the day. So that's it for the Bourjois Healthy Mix for today. Coming up in the next few weeks, I have already purchased the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. I cannot wait to try that one. I've also got the YSL Infusion Ink. I have a sample here of Makeup Forever HD foundation. So I've got a couple of good things here to try to keep us busy for a few weeks, and hopefully the Holy Grail will materialize. So until then, thanks so much for watching. As always, I appreciate your time, and I hope that you have a great weekend. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.